It's week 3 of the National Football League, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Ravens and the Cowboys, coming up next.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Hello. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. Well, the Cowboys making their way out behind the NFL's leader in touchdown passes for 2023. In his 9th season now, Dak Prescott.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. 7th round pick. He made it through training camp. Now he's getting some reps.
And that's all you want, an opportunity. 7th round pick. I haven't met a 7th round pick yet that didn't play really, really hard because they're ticked off they didn't go in the first 6.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. Back deep is Steven Sims. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So here's the first drive for the Ravens, and at the helm is the 2023 NFL Most Valuable Player. 2nd such time he's won the award, Lamar Jackson.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 7. In motion left, Bateman. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Rashad Bateman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Seven 0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A first carry now. This is Williams. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Again, it's Williams. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
Yeah! There we go, 26.
Now Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Kevontae Turpin from 8 yards out. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And we are tied at 7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they're both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing is Jackson. He finds Hopkins complete.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Here is 3rd down and 4. Now it's Jackson. That is caught. He's got the 1st down and more. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 36 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Henry up the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 13 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
That's caught. It's Flowers. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justice Hill, his 1st rushing touchdown of the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And Ferguson established himself as one of the better safety blankets in the NFL a season ago, finishing in the top 10 of his position in catches, yards, and touchdowns. This year he expects to take that blanket off and just be one of the top tight ends in the league.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Prescott. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening this one up. Aubrey now for the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll start with a give to Henry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. The Ravens at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yards, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another first down.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson now. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And he will step out of bounds, but not before he's all the way across the 50.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They go play action with Jackson. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson.
That one into the hands of Flowers. And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Oh, nice move. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
85 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Yeah, here we go.
Prescott now from the 50. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
That'll go as a pickup of 8. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. And again, it's Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Being chased out left. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Nabi Matabike
drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. And this one is right through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But
no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
A first down carry for Henry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. They'll run it again with Henry. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. Here's Jackson to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Juwan Bentley. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll hand this to Williams to start things out. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here we go.
Prescott. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They need 2. Here's third down. And Bateman, he'll go in motion right here. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Jackson. Bateman's got it on the crossing route here. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? You try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. Jackson from the shotgun. And that will be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They fell in their ball game last week. That was a loss to the Saints, but they're on top here as they begin this drive. Prescott down. Man open left side. It's Williams. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 now.
What do you think?
Here's Prescott. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Here's Bryan Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now Jackson. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. That'll bring up 2nd down. The lone second remains now in this 3rd quarter. Now a shotgun handoff to Hill. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Well, that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Play action. Now Jackson. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Yeah, here we go.
To throw is Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Prescott off play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Here we go. 26.
Now Prescott. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take it. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. 2nd and 10. Off the draw, here's Hill. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
But that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
He finds Bateman over the middle. He's across midfield. And finally brought down at the 38.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Hey!
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2. Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A little bit of an unconventional call there.
Yeah, but it worked, and how great was that? That's got to give them a lift in this situation.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Tucker with the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Yeah! There we go!
One last shot now for Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Baltimore, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.